Hello, and welcome to the CATS training video series. My name is Sam, and I'll be walking you through the software.
In this video, I'll show you how to log an activity and move a candidate through the workflow.
Activities help you manage candidate and contact records. They are logged both manually and automatically as you move a candidate through the recruiting process. Logging activities is often the most frequent action you'll make as a CATS user. Before we move on, let's take a second to define some key CATS terms. Workflow. Simply put, a workflow is a group of statuses that track where contacts, companies, job orders, and candidates are in their respective life cycles. Each status identifies a different step in that process. Pipeline. A pipeline tells you which candidates are in consideration for a job. They are either included in that pipeline manually by a user, or the candidate added themselves by applying for the job on your portal. Each job has its own unique pipeline. So, when we say candidate is in the pipeline, we mean the candidate is actively attached to a specific job order. A candidate will have a unique status for each pipeline that they're in. In short, when you change a candidate's status, you are moving them through the workflow of that particular pipeline. Think of status changes as a paper trail that provides a clear picture of what happened at a candidate's time in a pipeline. This candidate applied through our job portal. When they did, CATS automatically put them in the pipeline, gave them the status No Contact Website Applicant, and logged those as activities. We can get the same effect by clicking Add to Job Order Pipeline and adding them to a job manually. The workflow is completely customizable, so a candidate's status may vary depending on how that status is mapped. We'll talk more about customizing statuses in a later video. This candidate is a perfect fit for the job. We just had a productive phone call, and they're ready to get the ball rolling on this new and exciting opportunity. Let's log that phone call and schedule an in-person meeting as well. From the candidate profile, we can click on this pulse icon to bring out the utility panel. There are a variety of activities we can choose from. We can change their status and then log a call, email, or text message associated with that status change. Let's click on Call Talked and enter a note about what was said. Then, let's move them through the workflow and change their status to Contacted. We'll click the check mark, and CATS will log that status change as an activity. Now, let's schedule that meeting. First, we'll click Schedule Event on the utility panel. We can choose the event we'd like to schedule, in this case, a meeting. We'll set the time, date, and add any notes. If necessary, we can also add any extra participants. Now when we click Save, CATS once again logs an activity and adds the meeting to my calendar. And that's how to move a candidate through the workflow and log it as an activity. Thanks for joining me. Click here to move on to the next video in the series, or click here if you're looking for something more specific. As always, you can call into CATS support. We're more than happy to answer any and all of your questions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.